How's it going, and welcome to The Guitar Effect. My name's Rob. In this episode we're going to be taking a look at this, the Red Muck from Jam Pedals. This is their kind of Big Muff style fuzz pedal. But before we do, as always, I'll ask you to please like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you can catch up to date every time I put out a new video. So here it is, the Red Muck. Okay, so what this is a, as I mentioned, it's a Big Muff style pedal, and it's without question, like bar none, and I've probably tried about 10 Big Muff pedals over the last 20 years. This is quite a distance the best thought out, the best sounding, the most simple, and the most astounding Big Muff pedal I've ever come across. Now that's a personal taste thing, right? I talk about this a little bit in the audio demo, but Big Muffs serve a really specific purpose for me, and that is to get really heavy guitar sounds that say alternative. They don't veer towards metal or heavy rock in any way. You use a Big Muff to get a really, really thick, heavy distortion. I don't even see Big Muffs really as a fuzz pedal. I think they're distortion pedals. You use them to get a really, really heavy distortion. That's an alternative to a super high gain like Diesel or Friedman or even modern Marshall guitar sound. You put this into an AC30 or a Fender or a Plexi or something like that, and it becomes a specific type of heavy guitar sound. And that's what I love about Big Muffs. And this manages to give you a ton of options with very little controls and 2 foot switches. So what it is, right, is, first of all, I don't do unboxing videos. Jam would make you want to do unboxing videos, but it's not my thing. I don't really think that the packaging of a pedal is going to change the way. It's a nice consumer experience, and I will shout out to Jam here. Their packaging and their design. I'm a graphic designer for my day job, so I appreciate really, really good graphic design. Everything about Jam Pedals brand feels bespoke, hand-built, and just really, really tasty. And that goes from opening the envelope when it comes and going through the whole process of getting to the pedal itself to plugging it in, turning it on. This is my second Jam pedal. I have the Double Dreamer on my board as my main overdrive and distortion. This is, I'm becoming a convertee, put it that way. Okay, so the packaging is outrageous. I'm sure there's loads of videos online to show the packaging. I'm not here to show the packaging today. So you have 2 foot switches. You turn it on and off, and then there's just a gain boost that can go into the front end of whatever setting you have. That gain boost is tweakable via a trim pot inside. Then there's also a 9-volt power supply. It takes like 12 milliamps, and there's an in and out. But the pedal itself, it's like a standard MXR standard style, enclosure, maybe a little bit taller actually. Which is nice because it sticks up on your board, and you need to hit the switch, and it sticks up slightly above other pedals, which is cool. And then there's a level toning gain knob to do with the same thing, and then there's a switch twist between symmetrical and asymmetrical clipping. The symmetrical is a bit more open. The asymmetrical is a bit more open, and the symmetrical is a bit more fluid and kind of saturated. The gain range is gigantic, the tone range is gigantic, and it can go well below unity gain or well above unity gain with the level knob. And the level knob, when it's up high, does simultaneously, as well as putting on the fuzz, drive the front end of your amplifier. Absolutely astonishing. Again, you might listen to the demo now and go, what's he talking about? Something like this, like whether you like or dislike a fuzz or a muff, is an entirely objective personal thing. This is the muff that I've been searching for a long time. I love it so much. So with that in mind, let's take a listen to it. Here you go. Okay, so to demo the Red Muck here today, I'm playing this. This is a Hakes from Juice F. So it's basically a small bodied 335 style guitar, but it's only got one semi-hollow cavity up here. It's got a very kind of bright, modern sounding humbuckers, and it's got a Fender scale length. So it's an interesting sort of hybrid between Fender and Gibson style guitar. I'm playing this because this is kind of the most modern sounding guitar I have. Now, not in the realms of Jackson or ESP or Ibanez or anything like that, but of the guitars I have, I find this one copes with high gain very, very well, which wouldn't be a place I would regularly go to as a guitar player. So then you have 2 volumes and 2 tones, and here, and I'm coming into Red Muck, out of the Red Muck, into my Koch Tone 20 head, which is kind of a plexi style clean channel with the gain pump, so there's a little bit of dirt on that. And then out of the back of that via just regular, non-I or anything like that, just a regular analog emulated output, which is speaker compensated output, into my interface and then into GarageBand. So here is the clean sound of the bridge pickup first of all. It's very dynamic. That is totally clean. If I play lightly and like almost a crunch sound if I play heavy, and then I can put it onto single coil. It's an excellent guitar. In fact, I'll put the video review of this guitar up here. Just like, they don't make them anymore, but as an all-rounder, this is an absolutely brilliant guitar. And then just very quickly, neck humbucker. Neck single coil. Okay, so going back to the bridge humbucker. So to start with the Red Muck, what I'm doing is I have the switch in the asymmetrical position. I have the tone bumped, I have the level slightly passed down, and I have the gain at like 2/3. So here's what that sounds like. Okay, this is why I love this pedal. I mean, to me, straight out of the gate, it's like the perfect muff sound, but it has its own thing going on. It's got a little bit of that Russian thing going on where there's a bit of mid-range to it. And I have the mid-range on my amp slightly back because I'm using humbucker. So I have the gain there at 2/3, and I can still like play not necessarily high gain lead lines. It's just super. To me, right, that is the perfect alternative to using a high gain amplifier because you don't want to sound like metal. It's an alternative, grungy, indie sound. It has like loads of character, it's got loads of texture, and this pedal, and all big muffs give you that, but this pedal does it better than any other pedal I've ever come across. Standard clean channel, standard humbucker. Amazing. So that's my go-to setting of it for, right? So then if I'm playing that like... I want to play a lead, I simply hit the boost. With the boost, without the boost, with the boost. There's an internal trim pot that controls how much boost you can give it. I've never opened it. The boost is set perfectly. So now, with this pedal on my board, I can have like a really cool heavy distortion sound. Or an alternative where it's the same thing but thicker, right? So I'll just go through the controls now. The gain backed off low. that's a fuzz pedal with the gain backed off, and you get a certain type of Velcro-y kind of thing, but that's not what muffs are for. I wouldn't use a muff if I wanted that. I don't really think of it personally that there's a huge amount of use I would have for that particular sound. So then putting the gain back up to 2/3, the level obviously is a level. When you put the level up super high, you start to get into the territory of it driving the front end of your amp. Okay? The tone. Quite woolly. In the middle. Neutral. Up high. Boosted. Again, I leave it about there. Those give you a lot of tonal options in a studio situation where you can layer different fuzz sounds on top of each other to get something that's quite complex, and I love it for that. So then the last thing is this switch. So this is asymmetrical clipping. Unsurprisingly, the symmetrical clipping smooths it out and I think cuts some mids. Sure, it might actually add mids, it's hard to know. It's just a fabulous pedal, I absolutely love it. So, you know, the packaging, the build quality, the paint, it's extremely expensive for a Big Muff pedal. But with jam pedals, you really do get what you pay for. So if you were looking for a muff and you want it to be like a cornerstone part of your sound, even if you don't, you want to just have a really, really nice Big Muff pedal, get this. It's phenomenal. So there you go. The Red Muck. My lighting conditions are not brilliant today, but there you go. This is a hand-painted enclosure. It might be screen-printed, actually, I'm not sure. Just the best muff you can get, in my opinion. It is outrageous. It does everything you need to do. It's expensive, particularly for what the circuitry of a muff is, but these guys have optimized that, in my opinion, the best I've ever experienced. It's fantastic. So yeah, check out the Red Muck if you want to get a muff, and if you want to have a distortion sound that's not necessarily a modern high-gain metal or heavy rock distortion sound. This is unreal. So, as always, I would say thank you for watching. If you have any comments or questions about the Red Muck or about anything, throw them in the comment section down below. If you have watched this far, as always, I thank you for that. And I say, if you have enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you in another video again soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.